Hi, welcome. I'm here with Luann, but we're going to wait a few moments for everybody to jump on. But we're going to talk about shoulders today. And the really cool thing about shoulders is that they are. Hey, Michelle Gunn.
Michelle Gunn.
Woo, woo.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, good to see you, Michelle.
The two Michelle.
No, Michelle and Michelle. And we have Jennifer Faye. Hey, Jennifer Faye. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Hey, guys. So the really good thing about shoulders is that they're super easy to fix, right? And that's why I have Luann here, because what are you looking for?
Oh, yeah, it's over there. It's fine.
Oh, her can of tomatoes. That's coming up. We're going to talk about what this is for. But the reason that Luann is here is because I got a phone call from Luann. I don't know. It might have been about a year ago now.
Yeah, a year ago.
Yeah.
Last year.
And she said, what? My neck is hurting. My shoulder.
I couldn't turn my neck. So I could turn only like this. My whole body had to turn.
Yeah.
This whole area was stuck.
Right.
It was too hard.
Prior to that, I'd already worked on her shoulder, so I knew it was her shoulder. So I came in and, well, actually you had turned to another remedy to fix it that didn't really fix it. What?
Vodka.
I came in and she was drinking vodka. I was like, no, we're going to stop that.
It was Grey Goose. So good stuff.
It was the good stuff. So anyway, we got her off the vodka and worked on her shoulders, and now she's good.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's got to practice though to help her with her shoulders. And let me just check in with you guys, see who's. Oh, Molly Patrick's with us. Hey, Lindsay, glad you're on. Michelle. Oh, Sandy Ralston, Karen Mars. Hi, everybody. Yay. Beth Evans. Hey, girl. Good to be seen. I know you don't see, I don't see you, but you see me. Anyway, so one of the keys to fixing the shoulders, which is what I gave Luann that day that she was in so much pain, was hanging. Like, we are the only creatures with opposable thumbs, meaning we can grip onto things that doesn't hang past childhood. Like, we all go to the monkey bars when we're little, and then when we become adults, we stop hanging, and we need to hang. So here's the amazing thing about our shoulders. If we just bring our arms overhead, just bring our arms overhead, yeah. All of our shoulder joint starts to fall back into place. So then when we bring our arms overhead and we hang from something, it adds the weight of that actually helps. It's like technically our acromion of the top point of our shoulder blade starts to fall back into place. So our shoulder blade goes down and back, and then the shoulder joint itself goes up, and then everything starts to fall back into place. So the key to healthy shoulders is to be like a monkey and hang. So we're going to do a couple of things today, two things out of Luann's practice. And the first one is hanging. So I'm just going to have her hang for us. And it was her right shoulder.
Just the right side.
Yeah. And when I was working on her, I dug into her armpit, and it was full of knots and tension. So as she hangs like this, just on this stool, then all that junk that's in this armpit gets stretched out. Now, when she's hanging here, she breathes, and then she's like cleansing out this area of her armpit and opening those knots. And the really, really cool thing that happens when she does this is that not only is her arm and her shoulders going to fall back in place and her neck was released, but also she's cleaning out the tension in the area of her lymph nodes. We have tons of lymph nodes right in this area, and she's cleansing that area now so that when she's done, her lymph system works better. She can come out. She's gonna switch sides. That's great. Yeah, and when you have, like, she's got tighter right side than left. And when you have that, you can switch sides, but she spends a little less time on her left than she does her right. So there she is. She's done her hanging. Whoop, whoop. Now, how do you feel? Even when you just do it for a bit, you get more range of motion.
Definitely feels like
Yeah, and you start to feel better. So, yay. I want to just add one thing, because prior to the emergency can't move my neck vodka situation, she had diagnosed herself with carpal tunnel. And
because of computer use.
Yeah, and I found in my practice that people really don't have carpal tunnel. They have tight shoulders. And I'm going to show you why. And then I'm going to show you some of the best things to do, not only for carpal tunnel, hanging's one of them, but also for rotator cuff, hanging's one of them. But we're going to give you one more thing. So will you turn around so your back is facing the kitchen?
Oh, wait. Okay, this way.
The other, oh yeah, I said that wrong. Your back is facing the camera.
Okay.
Yeah. So the really cool thing about the shoulders and the hands is they're completely connected. So if I take my hands and I put them onto Lulu's back, like so, my hand becomes a map of her shoulder tension. So if I have pain in my hand, like here in my thumb area, it's because I have tension right here through my shoulder, like this bottom part of my rhomboid. If I have tension over on the little finger side, it's here, like my teres are tight. If I have tension more in the upper part of my hand and up into my fingers, radiating in these middle pieces, it's my traps that are causing it. If it's right just in the palm of my hand, it's here on the top of the scapula. So our hands, so you can flip around now, Lou, our hands tell the story. Our hands tell the story of what's going on in our shoulders, which is awesome. So oftentimes, like when I work on people, like my thumb will start to hurt just because I've been digging into their bodies, and I've been doing it for 30 years. And after a while, it starts to hurt my thumb. Then I know, like, so if it's here and it's always on my left side, that I've got to work right here on that inside piece. So if my thumb is telling me to work here. Isn't that awesome? So you guys can actually sort of diagnose what's going on with you just by looking at your hands. Now, if you've got a lot of wrist issues, I would work in the bottom part. So I'm going to flip you around again. Sorry.
Which way? Yeah.
Yeah. In this sort of bottom piece, right in the below the wingtips. So you guys just take balls, you take your noodle ball, you go into these areas and you start to work, and voila, your hand issues will go away. And pretty quickly too. So before we do Luann's last little movement, you can turn around again. I'm going to tell a little story. And I write about it in my blog, that my neighbor the other day, I ran into her and she said she didn't go to yoga class, that I was just impromptu teaching down in my yard, because her hands were hurting. And I was looking at her and her shoulders were up like this. And I'm like, and she's like, oh, and actually her hands had been hurting for a while, and she'd been in California and gone to doctors. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. She's talking to me like this the whole time. I'm like, it's not your hands, it's your shoulders.
Yeah.
So I told her just to go in and roll on her noodle ball. Then I saw her the very next day and she said, a miracle has happened. My hands don't hurt anymore. So this stuff really works. It's just really kind of sad that we don't know how to do these things, that we're not taught right from, kindergarten on. Just these very simple ways of taking care of ourselves. But now you guys know. All right, so the back to sort of Luann's story in her carpal tunnel. So one of the other things that I had her do was to do a clock pose, right? So she's going to hop onto her mat and lay.
Which way do you want me to
Yeah, either way, I'll adjust the camera. Yeah. So, but because I wanted her to have an extra pull, I'm going to have to bring her knees up just a little bit. There we go. We got this can out of their pantry, which I think is the same can that we got out a year ago.
The one can that Molly's not allowed to cook.
Yeah. So she takes it and she brings her top arm, which is her left arm, and her right arm, and a half circle overhead. And this can brings weight into this place right here and opens her armpit, but also really nicely releases her pectoral muscle.
Yeah.
So she just holds there and breathes, and then she can come back and go back and forth as many times as she wants. And then see, she's just getting more and more open, and she starts to release all this junk out of her armpit. And then you can come back again. She's gonna feel so much better.
Yeah. So, how heavy is this? 28 ounces.
I don't know what 28 ounces is, but how heavy it is. But you want if you're gonna go get some weights to do that, just do like 3 to 5 pounds, something like that.
Yeah, this is probably like,
Oh, no, it's probably 3 pounds. What do you think?
possibly, yeah.
Maybe closer to 4 pounds.
1 pound, it says here.
Oh,
1 pound.
that sure feels heavy. It
Yeah,
feels like
it's
about
heavy.
like Lola.
Yeah.
And she's 5 pounds.
Well, only 1 pound, but
But-
that's why it feels
Yeah.
really heavy.
Yeah. But 1 pound, any kind of weight is going to add just a little bit of an extra pull. All right, we're going to just see what you guys are up to. All right. Hey, Veronica. Glad you're here. Karen Mars, you are so brilliant, Michelle. And Luann. Oh, Molly, so awesome. Fascinating, Jennifer. Yay. Hey, Karen Anderson. Glad you joined us.
And it's so cheap to it's
Yeah, I
such an
don't-
item. You don't have to buy anything.
I don't like to, you guys are probably, that's why I get along with Podunk Mall. Sorry, Molly. But I like just to use things that I have around. I don't like to pay like lots of money for, props and stuff. Like a lot of my straps are just the things off of sheets that you get now. Like I pulled one off the other day. You guys have that too. And I'm like, that's a yoga strap. It looks just like the yoga strap that I paid $25 for. So yeah, I like using just stuff I have around. Let's see. I love it. That's interesting. It's like a body map, right? Our hands are the map of our body. Our feet, it's a little cold up wherever Lou is, are a map of the body. So yeah, when we start to get to know ourselves, we can map things a lot easier than just not having that information. Let's see, Beth Evans. Love the hand shoulder map. Thanks for demonstrating, Luann. Yay, awesome, thanks. Baha. That's part of why we love you. Make it simple and accessible. No crazy running around for crazy equipment. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Two was like from Walmart, it's like $5.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
$5.
Walmart stool, $5. Yeah, we love a good bargain around here too. Yeah, so it's really simple for us to take care of our shoulders. So I often think of the shoulders like a backpack, like we're, holding on to a back. You see those little kids trudging down, to school with all those books and their shoulders are up to here. And so it's our backpack of burdens. Even once we're no longer little kids and we take off our backpacks and they're not filled with books, we just end up walking around like this, stuffed full of things that we're taking responsibility for. So really what was happening to Luann was she was taking over responsibility for outer world stuff. Now, I happen to know this woman, and she is constantly into the outer world fidgeting around. Taking responsibility for everything. And she has her duct tape, and she goes around and just sort of fixes outer world stuff with her duct tape. So we have like habits in our thinking minds that we are responsible for taking care of that stuff. And when we do that, like on Luann, her right shoulder is up more than her left. And then it just starts to cause all sorts of issues. And the armpit stuff is, we don't want to work on it. We don't want to deal with it. So we just like shove it into our armpit. And then we go around acting like we're not doing that, or not even really thinking about it because we stuck it in a dark place and closed the drawer. We call it the junk drawer of the body. And we don't deal with it. And so it's best just to have these practices and just deal with it before they become a problem and we can't move our neck and we're drinking the vodka. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have anything to share, Lou?
In relation to what?
Your practice and your shoulders.
I'm not as consistent as I should be,
So this is a reminder for you to do your daily practice.
pretty much.
Because
that felt good.
And the junk in your junk drawer was getting a little bit much. I just noticed a moment ago.
Okay.
So are you committing to a daily practice?
Yeah, I will.
She's live.
Yeah, I haven't in the past, so that's my failing.
But you've done some. So when do you do it? Just when you're
A few times a week, but not the full thing. You know, I kind of do random things as I feel like it, mainly on the noodle ball. But I should do more of this because I haven't done it in a while.
awesome.
Yeah, this chair thing.
Oh,
stool
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, hanging
And it's so
is
easy.
so important.
Yeah.
And you can I recommend doing the ageless movement practices because it's going to work your whole body. But then just have your stool and have it around, and get off your computer and just hang for a few minutes, because we just get caught up in our minds and we'll get off the computer and then we'll go fidget around doing something else, and that's the exact same posture that we were just doing, like duct taping or something. Yeah, so if we just do these things that open our bodies just randomly through the day after we've done our full practice, wow, we feel so good. I'm telling you, I would be hunched over. I actually have a chest birth defect, and my body wants to go into kyphosis, which is hunchback, and I'm opposing it all the time, and I feel so good because I do that. And I'm not hunched over, so I don't look like I'm 80 years old when I'm in my 50s. So so do these practices, and they really, really do work. And they're simple. You don't have to have a whole lot of time, but just do them every day. Let's see. Hey, Sandrina's with us. Hey, Sandrina.
I can see you, Sandrina.
And Patty, I'm calling you later. We can't get you signed up because I haven't seen that happen yet. But we have a new membership platform, and maybe it's not working for you. We'll figure it out. Anyway, it's so good to be with you guys. We really like our tribe, and thank you, Luann.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. So do your practices. Read the blog, and let me know how it goes in the Facebook page. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Armpit. Whoop, whoop.